welcome to the first segment of Book Info. Let me say the first episode. Yes, it is. And where we just talk about books all the time. And I'm always very careful about the books I talk about. I review because I think it would matter a lot. And considering the fact that even if it's 10 persons that's going to listen to it, I want it to impact them wonderfully. And I welcome you. My name is Mojisola Talk, so let's get it started. When I got to know about this particular book I'm about to review, it was in a class that I attended last year from January 1 to January 31st. I think I joined the class January 7th, thereabout. I can't remember the exact date, but I know it was like a week when they had started the class. All thanks to my friend, my mechanic, is an MC like I am. So we worked on the project together. Before then, I would see it on his status and I was like, okay, I know this person, can I join? And cut the long story short, I was able to join the class. And the name of the class is Wiser by Joyce Daniels. What we did in the class was we would treat the book of Proverbs every day. So on January 1, we will treat Proverbs 1. On December 2nd, we will treat Proverbs 2. And we had different persons who came to speak to us at intervals in the classes. We would have the morning and the evening session. The late Obong, may his soul continue to rest in peace, was in our class one of the time. And I think, Richard Mufedamijo too, the actor, he was around too. It was a wonderful session. I enjoyed it back to back. So one of those classes was when Joyce Daniels mentioned this particular author, whose name is Obong. I said Obong. Enefiok Udoh Obong. Enefiok Udoh Obong. And she said, oh, he is my friend. And I'm like, okay. And what drove me to his profile was he is the only Nigerian right now till date as at the record of this podcast, because anything can happen tomorrow, which is 2021. January 2021 is the only Nigerian with 2 Olympic medals. So it got me thinking, how? Because when people achieve such greatness, you wonder how were they able to achieve it? What happened? What were the challenges they went through? Fine, it was an athlete, but you would know that the principles of life are general. And so I was able to achieve it. Did he go through any obstacle? Did he see failure? Did he once failed? I had so many questions. I went in search of the book and I was able to see. The one I saw was on Amazon, and the shipping was even more than the cost of the book. I just said, let me just go to his inbox. So I went to his inbox, asked him. I said, good day, sir. This, and then 2 days later, he replied me. I wanted to get one of his book. I ended up getting 2 of his book, and here we are. The title of the book is The Goldmine, Unleashing the Champion in You. Why did I choose this book as the book I'm reviewing for the year? Because the book speaks about goal setting. How you can set your goal and how you can achieve them. And that is what I think 2021 is going to be about. So many people have penned things down, like Just Too Funny would say. Have you taken things away? So have you jotted things down that you want to achieve in 2021? Yes, I'm sure you have. So that's the reason I brought this book, so that you can know what to expect, what you should need to change. Maybe you need to do more work for you to be able to achieve it. That is why I'm reviewing this book. The Goldmine, Unleashing the Champion in You. It has 12 chapters. I love to say that 12 is one of a wonderful number, a number I'm attracted to. If you tell me, choose 5 numbers, I'm sure 12 will be there, because I'm like, okay, 12. We have 12 months in a year, 12 disciples in the Bible, and so on and so forth. 12 is kind of significant, and I love to mention such numbers. So, like I said, it has 12 chapters, but he broke it down to 5 major things, major principles. One of it is success, another is work, another is enthusiasm, another is attitude, and the last but not the least is talent. And when you put all that together, the first alphabet of everything I've mentioned, you achieve sweat. SWEAT. So how can you sweat this 2021 to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve? Let's say you want to lose some weight. That is a goal. Let's say you're 90, you want to come to, let's say, 80 or let's say 75. It's a goal for you to achieve. How can you achieve it? What are the things you should put in place? What are the things you should expect in the future? Let's say what you want to achieve is your first million this year. Good. I'm excited about it. That's money. Money makes the world go around, baby. So how can you achieve it? That's what this book is about. Let's say what you want to achieve is you want to get the audience of a particular person. That is a goal too. Whatever it is, no goal is too big or too small to be achieved. And this book spoke about it in its entirety. And he added stories. If you don't know me before, okay, let me introduce myself. I love stories. Like stories, somebody once called me a storygasm person, that I get agitated and I get so excited when I hear about stories, when I hear stories, especially when it is true life stories. So I love it when people are talking to me and they can tell me stories about maybe someone they know or themselves that has gone through that same thing. I tend to connect better. I'm sure you do too anyway. So in this book, he said so many stories. I would say one or two, but I may not say everything. So the first one is success. I told you SWEAT. The first is success. And he said for you to really achieve things, you have to really understand what. So finding your why for that thing. So the success you want to achieve, let's take for example is you earning your first million. Why do you want to achieve that million? When you know the why, it would help you in buckling up. It would help in the process of achieving it. Why do you want to achieve it? First, settle that in your mind. Let's say the reason why you want to achieve your first million is because you want to give to a particular charity. Or let's say you want to buy one expensive bag like that. No problem. That is a why on its own. That is your own why. The why you want to achieve something does not have to, it's personal to you. Does not have to, no one has to relate with it. You have a reason for it. So what is the why that you want to achieve that thing or those things you want to achieve this year? Another one is finding how to go about it. You want to reduce your weight from 100 to 80 this year. So how can you do that? Because when you do not know how, then how would you achieve it? There is no way. It's like let's say right now, I'm in Ibadan as at the recording of this, which is a state, a capital, not a state, a capital in one of the southwest states in Nigeria. It's near Lagos. And if you ask me, how did I get here? I will tell you through public transportation. So how am I living here? Definitely, I'm living here by bus. I know how to leave this place to the park at Iwo Road, which is where I would get the bus that would convey me to Lagos. That is the how. So you cannot ask me how am I to get to Lagos and I'm like, I don't know, it's the grace of God. Please don't let us be using that word this year. Don't let us throw it around. How would you achieve it? How is about the process? How would you do it? How? So that's what I'm asking you. How do you plan to achieve that goal? You need to write it down, sit, meditate. I want to achieve my first I want to earn my first million in 2021. Good. How will you achieve it? Let's say you are into just 2 businesses. Do you need to add a side hustle to it? Maybe. Or maybe you just need to put into an investment, not Ponzi schemes, please. Maybe you need to. No problem. Think about it. How would you achieve it? Good. And the third one, which is finding your where. Where can you achieve it? Or like I said, the example, maybe you have to add side hustles. Where are the side hustles? Let's say you want to get a particular certificate. You want to add it to your CV this year as a career person. where can you get it? Oh, the course is abroad. They have online class. Oh, if they have online classes, no problem. Where can you get those online classes? So that is what that place is about. Success. Achieving success. You have to know the why, the how, and where to achieve it. The second one, which is work. I love to say all work and no play makes Jack a dull dog, isn't it? But this time it's not working like playing. It's not like that. This one is more about you put in work to achieve that thing which you're to achieve. I know my generation, and my generation sometimes with the millennials, we love to we want it sharply. The money now. Whatever, easy gratification. We want it so fast. But we need to be calming down. Like that boy was telling his mom in the video that went viral. Be calming down. Mommy, be calming down. So you need to calm down and think, what kind of work are you going to put into it? And in this place, he mentioned examples of himself. He said after the dreaming of getting into, because he dreamt it, he said he dreamt of it. That was in his consciousness, not like he slept and then he woke up and that was his dream. No, your dream, what you're working towards. He said he dreamt of it, that it would be in a particular, that one day he would stand in the stadium at the Olympics and he would see people all around watching from home and abroad, even people in the stadium, and they would see him collecting that award, that medal. He said he dreamt of it. So yes, you have to dream of it first. Darling, you have to dream of yourself having that particular weight you want to come to. Let's say it's 80 from 100. You have to dream of it. The feeling, the surreal feeling you would have. How beautiful it is. How you would feel inward. How people would look at you and say, how did you do it, girlfriend? How did you do it, boyfriend? Oh, you're looking so good. You're looking better. No problem. I have a friend. One of our goals is to add weight this year. And I'm not joking. She has a very small stature. And she's like, she would just want to add weight and all. Good. I introduced her to one thing and she asked me about it. And I told her. And she said, she can't wait. She'll feel so good. That's her dreaming about it. So you have to dream about it. And now get to work. Work. I've mentioned it before, but I'm mentioning it again. Work. Like Ariana said, work. So you have to work. So how will you work in achieving that particular thing you have dreamt about? Know that you go through failure and oppositions. And here, let me share one of his personal stories that Enefiok, Udoh, Obong shared in this book that I'm reviewing called The Goldmine, Unleashing the Champion in You. He said it that he was to qualify for all African games, which he qualified for. He couldn't qualify for. And a senior colleague of his was like, oh, you can't really qualify for this. You really need 4 years to even qualify for the all African games. He said that was a challenge to him. He was like, no. He saw that man as an opposition because his dream, he didn't tell the man, was to make it to the Olympics. And for you to make it to the Olympics, you have to work. So he started thinking about it. So that was one of the failures and oppositions he went through. He said he had to train, he had to hours in a day, every day. There were no off. Come rain, come sunshine, work out at the gym, do so many exercises just for him to be able to qualify. And guess what? He qualified. And that's what I want you to know. No matter whatever it is that you think cannot be achieved, it is possible. You can achieve it. It is possible. Nothing is impossible. The only reason you will not achieve it is if you do not want it. You have to really want something. And in 1 year, he was able to qualify for the Olympics. Someone who could not even qualify for the All African Games qualified for the World Olympic. That's enough to ginger you. Like what Wizkid said, even I the ginger. So let Mujisola ginger you. Let's the story of Enefiok Obong. Let it ginger you. So let's move to the next one. He spoke about the work process and preparation of how you have to prepare. So all those things are really important if you're to achieve that goal in 2020. 2021. And he spoke about his progress ritual, which is what he used in concluding that particular work. The rituals he had to go to. I know of someone who is my investment mentor. His name is Mr. Aniete. And there's a particular time of the day, every day, that Mr. Aniete is not available. No matter how serious the call is, I can't remember the exact time now. Or let me say I remember, I don't want to say it. But that particular time, he is not available. He's busy doing something. I asked him and he told me what he usually does. I said, wow, that is some progress rituals. He said that particular ritual he does every day is a ritual in helping him achieve the progress he's aiming for in the future. So you got to get a progress ritual too. Girlfriend, boyfriend, you need to get it. So let's move to the next one, which is enthusiasm. I didn't know that you needed enthusiasm to achieve things in this life. I didn't see it like that. I know you need excitement. Though excitement is part of enthusiasm anyway. So when he spoke about enthusiasm, I was like, okay. And enthusiasm has to do with you believing you are the best. He said you have to really think you're the best before you can actually become the best. I've listened to I've watched the life of the great golf player, that is Woods, and he's an enthusiastic person. There was a particular one after he played the ball. He played the ball with his golf ball. The golf ball, he played it. Immediately he played it. The thing was heading to an hole. He just thought he didn't look at it, and the ball ended up entering into it. And I was like, wow, this is beautiful. Like that enthusiastic, that confidence. He said that's what enthusiasm gives you. You really have to believe that he believes he's the best. And guess what? He keeps beating his own records. So you have to really believe you're the best. You have to believe that thing you want is achievable. Don't let anybody tell you. I'm sounding like a motivational speaker. Perspire to refire, you tire. But you really need to know that you can achieve that dream. It is very, very possible. Let's say one of your goals this year is to give birth to a child. It is possible. It is possible. Come on, it is possible. I have a friend who said there was a time I posted something on social media and I asked, what are you grateful for? That was in 2020. So much had happened in 2020, the lockdown, how businesses crashed, how so many people got into depression. There was so much because of the pandemic, coronavirus, and I hope you're still keeping safe anyway. And she said, so I just wanted to tone it down, like even in it, so many achieved great things in 2020. So what are you grateful for? What is that thing that you achieved this year that you want to share with us? Let's celebrate with you. And she said she wanted to give birth to a child. She told herself that she would give birth to a child, to her first child, before she's 30. And she got that child. Last year she was 30 and she had a beautiful baby boy. Oh my God. Her son is so fine. Her name is Damilola. Gosh. Her son is so... I actually tell her that please just keep your son. I might be his sugar mommy because this boy is too fine. She's like, no problem. Just go and bring money and we'll joke around it. But that's something. That's what she wanted. So you really have to believe that you can achieve that particular thing and you're the best and you can achieve it. And then you need to refuel your enthusiasm. When he spoke in this particular chapter, he spoke about because sometimes the enthusiastic spirit would go and you're not enthusiastic about something you're to achieve because maybe you failed so much and like, another year again, I have to set this goal. How am I going to put it again into writing? Year after year, I've not achieved it. Maybe you're making a mistake and you need to work it out. I don't know. But you need to do that. You really need to refuel your enthusiasm. And he spoke about how a particular person would bring him back to being enthusiastic. So don't surround yourself with people who would take the enthusiastic spirit of what you have, of what you want to achieve, but surround yourself with people that would help you or things that would. And it was in this particular one that he spoke about enthusiasm, that it is derived from a Greek word called enthos. And enthos means possessed by God or inspired. Possessed by God or inspired. So you imagine enthusiasm is you being possessed by God or inspired by God concerning that thing you're achieving. So you're inspired to achieve this thing. So you're happy, you're agitated. Not really agitated, I'm not agitated, excited. Ooh, I'm going to have my first baby this year. I'm so happy about it. You have to increase it. So we fuel it whenever it's down. We're getting to the almost closing. No problem. But I hope you're jotting things down and you're enjoying yourself the same way I'm enjoying myself talking about this book. This book has helped me to look forward to 2021 as a year that I can achieve beautiful things. The next one, which is attitude, and it gave a story here of a particular footballer who was very good. The villagers would surround the field to watch this boy play and do his magic. He was talented. He had it in him. One of the days, after the matches, any of the matches, people would come to him and say, wow, you can, there's something about when you're good like that. People are attracted to you. People tell him, wow, you look good. And one of his dreams was to get into international football leagues, or even let's say Nigerian, as I've done, get into Nigeria and then achieve better from there on. So one of those days, he finished playing his match and someone came to tapped him, and when the person tapped him, he just looked back and said, wow, can you touch me like that? That boy had a bad attitude, and because the person tapped him like that, the person just left him and went like, so he just continued doing what he was doing. I just want to tell you, you played well. The sad story is that person was the chairman, the owner of one of the major leagues in Nigeria, and the person wanted to bring him because the person has been hearing stories of a particular boy in the village. His words have spread, and wanted to fish him out, come watch him play, and then bring him on the big team. Guess what? His attitude didn't allow him to get that. So yes, you can have all the skill in the world, but do you have a good attitude? Do you? Talent will take you far, but guess what? Attitude would keep you there. So you really need, as much as you want to achieve things, make sure you are building your attitude, the way you see life, the way you relate with people. Read books, listen to programs or courses, or take courses on how to relate better with people, because you really need a good attitude as you get higher and higher and higher. There's some people that can't go far with wherever it is they are right now because people around them see opportunities they can give them, but because of their bad attitude, they're like, please just leave that one. I really think people who do not think attitude is very important are fools. I'm sorry to use that word, but because attitude would get you better results. Come on, you need a good attitude, and this 2021, make that your priority too. And in this particular place, he spoke about the champion's attitude, the kind of attitude the champion has, a positive attitude to life, positive attitude to people. A champion would encourage other people, would help. It's not about what you want to achieve, you. No, there are people around you who are going through tougher things. Talk to them and make sure you are putting smiles on people's faces. And that is it. The last one, which is talent. We've been talking about sweat. S is success. W is work. E is enthusiasm. A is attitude, and the last one, T, is talent. And spoke about understanding and mining the talent. That your talent, how you can find it out and how you can polish it to make it better, to make it something that people would look at, and how you can actually get your talent. This is for this particular chapter, or let me say that particular segment is for the next phase of your life. How you can understand and mine that thing that you have in you right now, the capability of greatness, how you have it in you, how you can fish it out, develop it, and become someone better. After every chapter in this book, I love what Enefiok, Udoh, Obong did. He would write things you can do to make sure that particular chapter is not becomes part and parcel of you, which is the action part. I love that particular place. Just in case you want to get the book, reach him in box. I'm sure Enefiok, Udoh, Obong would be ready to listen to you. And the book is The Goldmine, Unleashing the Champion in You. It's a sad that I have to go, but I hope you've enjoyed yourself. And this book, even if you end up not reading it, I'm sure you can pick things. You have taken things away. You've taken things away that you can use to make your 2021 better. Let me say a happy new year to you. I think for the rest of this year, I might keep for the rest of this month, which is January, or let's say February and March too. I'll keep telling you happy new year, because it's a new year and so much can be achieved this year. It's still young. We're in January. Some people are already saying January has 60 something days. Yes, I know how January can be, but it's also the time for you to sit back, relax. Not for you to relax and be taken care of. Relax and what? Jot things that you want to achieve and start looking out for how you can achieve them, and at the end of the day achieve them. You can break them down into months. Let's say at the end of January you want to be able to achieve this. Let me talk about the weight thing again as an example. You're 100, from there you want to get to 80. You can decide that in January you don't be too hard on yourself. From 100 you want to be 90, 92. Let's say you want to lose 8. You can break it down that every month I would lose, let's say 5. Every month I would lose 5 kgs. That's good. So that means for January you have to lose 5. For February you have to lose 5. So by the end of January you have to weigh 95. So you understand, it would help you in achieving them. I have to go now, darlings. My name is Mojisola Talks. Make sure you share this with your friends. If you are listening to it on YouTube, kindly please comment, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And in case you're listening to it to any of the podcast platforms, may it be Spotify, may it be Anchor, and so on and so forth, please like and I would love to hear from you. Did you enjoy it or not? I really want to hear from you. I love you so much, so much. I love to close with this. You cannot grow more than you know. So you want to grow more, you have to know more. And this particular book, I'm sure you know more things to help you in achieving that thing that you want to achieve in 2021. Have a nice weekday. Bye.